So, have you ever found yourself in one of those moments? You know, you're in a meeting, maybe just listening quietly, taking notes,
Mm-hmm.
and bam, suddenly your boss turns and says, "So what do you think about this?"
Oh, yeah. The sudden spotlight.
Right. Or maybe you're just grabbing coffee, minding your own business, and the CEO walks up, asks for an update. Right then, on that massive project.
The impromptu status report. High stakes.
Totally. Or, the classic one we all picture. You step into an elevator, doors close, and boom, there's that potential investor you've been wanting to meet. And you've got, 30 seconds? Maybe 60 to make your case?
Yeah, no notes, no slides, just, yeah.
It's startling, isn't it? I mean, we communicate constantly, hundreds of times a day, basically, but the vast majority of it, like well over 80%, it's completely unplanned, spontaneous.
That's right. And the stakes in those moments, they can be incredibly high.
Which is exactly why today we're doing a deep dive. We want to give you, our listener, the tools, the mindset, really, to handle these challenging, often pretty anxiety-inducing moments, the unscripted stuff.
With confidence, yeah.
And clarity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe even a bit of grace. We want to help you be truly ready to speak when you least expect it. Turn that moment of dread into maybe an opportunity.
A powerful one, even, for connection, impact.
Yeah.
And our guide for this, our main source, is, he's a real expert in this stuff. We're digging deep into the work of Matt Abrahams. He's a strategic communications lecturer at Stanford's Graduate School of Business.
Right, and he hosts that podcast, Think Fast, Talk Smart.
Really good stuff.
Really good. And he's got this new book out, same title, Think Faster, Talk Smarter. And the reason we picked it, why it really clicked, is it's just so practical. It's not theory, It's actionable strategies, tools you can use, like tomorrow.
Stuff to help you go from feeling flustered to, fluent when you're put on the spot. Okay, so I'm excited for this one. Let's unpack this. Let's get into Matt Abraham's insights and get you ready to think faster, talk smarter, and handle those spontaneous moments. All right, so let's just, get it out there first. Communication anxiety. It's a big one, right? So many of us deal with it, even if we don't always talk about it.
Oh, absolutely. It's incredibly pervasive. And what's interesting is even seasoned pros, people like Matt Abrahams himself, they still feel it. He's totally open about getting nervous.
So if you're listening and you feel that flutter or that heat rising or just that sense of dread when the attention shifts to you, you're definitely not alone.
Not at all. It's super common. But Matt Abrahams gives us this really helpful way to break it down, to understand what's actually happening. He calls it the ABCs of anxiety.
ABCs, okay.
Yeah, it's a simple framework, but really useful. So A is for affective. That's the emotional part, the feeling itself, the nerves, the dread, the fear, that internal panic.
Got it. The feeling.
Then B is behavioral. This is what happens to your body. The physical stuff, shaking hands, maybe sweating, blushing, heart pounding, throat tightening, all those lovely things.
Yeah, the physical giveaways.
Exactly. And C is cognitive. This is what's going on in your head. Racing thoughts, that negative self-talk, doubting yourself, imagining everything going wrong.
Right. The mental spiral.
That's it. And the key thing he stresses is that most of us, myself included, we experience all three, the ABCs. It's just a natural human response, that fight or flight thing kicking in inappropriately.
It makes sense. But sometimes it hits so hard, it's totally debilitating. There was this story in the source from Darius, one of the interviewers. Really vivid.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
He was pretty new at this big nonprofit, but already senior leadership. And they had this massive meeting set up with the Ford Foundation. Huge donor. The president was there.
High pressure.
Totally. And his boss just casually says, "Darius, you're going to present your piece, but get this. Darius had just messed up his knee. He was on crutches and painkillers." Oh, wow. Adding insult to injury.
Seriously. So he's already feeling weird, takes the train down, sweating from the meds, hobbles into this massive formal boardroom. His boss gives this amazing, flawless presentation.
Nailed it.
Completely. Then turns it over to Darius. And Darius said, instantly, he just felt this wave of heat. Couldn't pick up his water glass, hand shaking too much. Vision went tunnely. Genuinely thought he was having a heart attack. Couldn't even talk. Just mumbled, said it was terrible.
Yeah.
And wow. Talk about the ABCs taking over completely. We've all felt versions of that, right? Body and mind just betraying you.
That is such a powerful example of it just overwhelming someone. And Matt's first response to that story is so important. You survived.
Right, perspective.
Exactly. You survived. You had an amazing career since then. It feels catastrophic in the moment, like your body thinks it's facing a tiger. but you will get through it. And those physical things Darius described, shaking, sweating, tunnel vision, super common even for Matt, who admits he sweats and plushes.
Okay, so it happens to everyone. But what can we do about it? Right, that's the good news. There are actual techniques, things you could do to manage the ABCs, take them from like capital letters down to lowercase. They don't vanish, but you can dial them down.
Okay, practical stuff. I like it.
So one super simple physical trick Matt uses. Hold something cold
Oh.
in your palms.
Cold, like ice.
Could be. Or a cold can of soda, a chilled water bottle. Your palms are thermoregulators. Cooling them down actually sends a signal to your brain like, okay, calm down, threat assessment, negative.
Yeah.
It helps short-circuit that fight or flight.
Huh. Interesting. Simple.
Very. It's grounding. Then mentally, you need to tackle that negative self-talk, that inner critic that pops up.
You're going to mess up. You're not prepared. Yeah, that voice.
That's the one. Matt suggests using mantras or positive affirmations like athletes do, to tune out the noise. His personal mantra is, I have value to bring.
I have value to bring. I like that.
It's effective because it shifts your focus, right? From self-judgment, am I good enough, to contribution, what can I offer? It reminds you people actually want to hear from you. You have something unique, counteracts the doubt. Or you could use something like, I'm prepared and capable, whatever works for you.
Okay, mantra. Got it. What about the racing thoughts? The cognitive C.
For that, Matt does something kind of funny but effective. Tongue twisters.
Tongue twisters? Seriously?
Seriously, 2 reasons. 1, you have to focus to say, Peter Piper picked a peck.
Yeah.
You can't be worrying about the future while doing that. It forces you into the present moment, engages the thinking part of your brain, not the worrying part.
Okay, hijack the worry circuit. Makes sense.
And 2, it physically warms up your voice, gets your mouth moving, ready to speak clearly, not mumble or rush because you're nervous.
Right. So cold hands, positive mantra, tongue twister. That's his combo.
That's his personal anxiety management plan, or AMP. He called it that.
Yeah.
And the idea is everyone develops their own AMP, your unique go-to strategy to deploy in the moment, bring those ABCs down to lowercase. It's proactive.
I like that. An AMP. Okay.
But beyond just managing the symptoms, Matt pushes for a deeper mindset shift. And this one, it sounds totally wrong at first, especially for high achievers.
Uh-oh. What is it?
He says, strive for mediocrity.
Strive for mediocrity. That sounds bad. Like, give up.
I know, right? It sounds awful.
Yeah.
But here's the logic. Think of your brain like a computer. If you put immense pressure on yourself to be perfect, to nail every single word, it's like running too many apps at once.
Okay. Eating up RAM.
Exactly. Too much cognitive bandwidth is spent on self-monitoring, self-judging. Was that okay? Did I sound smart? Are they judging me? That you have fewer resources left for actually performing, for thinking clearly, listening, remembering stuff.
Ah, okay. The pressure itself hurts the performance.
Precisely. And what's fascinating is there's no single right way to communicate anyway. There are better ways, worse ways, sure, but no one perfect way. So striving for that impossible right way actually makes it less likely you'll do well. You're so busy trying to be perfect, you can't even access what you know.
So letting go of perfection frees up mental space to actually do well.
That's the paradox. Strive for mediocrity to achieve greatness. It's not about being sloppy. It's about removing the internal friction, that pressure that hinders you. Let your natural abilities come through.
Huh. It reminds me of that quote he mentioned from Joan London.
Yes. It's about connection, not perfection. Beautifully put. If you're stuck in your head aiming for flawless, you're not connecting with the people right in front of you. The goal is connection.
Connection, not perfection. Okay. That leads nicely into another kind of counterintuitive idea he borrows from improv. Dare to be dull.
Right. Another great one. It sounds passive, but it's not.
It doesn't mean be boring, right?
Not at all. It means you don't always have to be the star, the magnificent cathedral in every interaction. Sometimes the most useful thing you can do is just be a useful brick.
A useful brick, like just solid contributing?
Exactly. Maybe the best thing you can do in that meeting isn't some brilliant insight, but just actively listening, or asking a clarifying question, or simply saying, tell me more. It takes the pressure off having to be constantly brilliant. Sometimes simple is best.
Being useful, even if it's quiet, that expands what communicating even means.
It does, and it links to another improv idea. Don't just do something, stand there.
Okay, how does that work?
It's about presence, being responsive to what's actually happening instead of just reacting based on your pre-programmed ideas. Like, remember that example about walking out of a meeting?
Yeah, if I ask you how it went.
My instinct might be to jump into critique mode, problem solve, here's what went wrong. But if I pause, stand there mentally, and actually observe your tone, maybe you look down, sigh, I might realize you don't need critique right now. Maybe you need support. Validation, a sympathetic ear. By not just doing something, my default problem solving, but standing there and listening fully, I can respond to your real need, not just your surface words.
Being receptive before being reactive, that takes conscious effort.
It really does.
Okay, so we've talked about turning down that internal spotlight, the self-judgment. If we dim that light on ourselves, where does Matt say we should point it instead?
This is absolutely key. The focus shifts squarely onto your audience.
The audience, okay.
This, he argues, is the single biggest mistake most people make, especially under pressure. We start with, what do I want to say? Or, here's what I know.
Instead of
what is this person or this group, what do they need to hear right now? It's a fundamental shift from self-focus to other focus.
why is that so hard?
Partly because of the curse of knowledge. We know our stuff so well, it's hard to remember what it's like not to know it.
Right, you assume everyone has the same background context.
Exactly. If I don't consciously think about your perspective, what you already know, what matters to you, where you're coming from,
Yeah.
I can't tailor my message. I'll just dump information based on my own expertise, not your needs. Like a tech expert talking code to a marketing person.
Yeah, totally ineffective. They need the benefit, not the code.
Precisely. And the great thing is, focusing on the other person like this, it has two massive benefits. One, your message actually lands, it connects, it's relevant.
Makes sense.
And two, the audience feels seen, valued, respected, which builds rapport like crazy. But crucially for the speaker, it redirects that internal spotlight.
So you're not feeling judged because you're focused outward.
Exactly. The pressure eases off you because your mental energy is going towards understanding and serving them. It's incredibly liberating. You stop worrying about being perfect and start focusing on being helpful.
That's a huge shift. And it ties into how we see the audience, doesn't it? We often think of them as judges, critics.
Adversaries, even, especially in tough situations. Matt says we need to reframe that completely. Think. Collaborators, not combatants.
Collaborators, how does that change things?
It changes your whole demeanor. That Google exec, Kathy Bonanno, said something brilliant. Most audience members just want a good moment with the speaker, connection, immediacy. They're usually rooting for you.
Right. When I'm in the audience, I want the speaker to do well. I'm not looking for flaws.
Exactly. But our default reaction, especially to tough questions, is often defensive. We think, gotcha. But if you reframe it as an opportunity to learn, to connect, to clarify, your posture changes, your tone softens, your answers become more thoughtful, less guarded.
Moving from threatened to curious.
Yes, it opens up a real dialogue.
So practically, Matt suggests talking to people beforehand, like at a reception before a big talk, to humanize the crowd.
Yeah, that helps. Seeing them as individuals, your peeps you've already chatted with. But he emphasizes listening even more than talking during that pre-event mingling.
Listening, how so?
Arrive early, don't just hide with your notes, tune in. What are people talking about? What's the energy? What seems to be top of mind? It's like peeling an onion, he says, gradually uncovering what they know, what they care about right now.
So you can tailor your message on the fly based on that intel.
Exactly. It makes the whole thing a dynamic conversation, not just you delivering a pre-planned speech. For Matt, that back and forth, that responsiveness is way more engaging and effective.
Okay, so if the internal mantra is, I have value to bring, maybe the outward-facing part is, my audience has value to give, or I can learn from them.
I love that. Yes, it creates space for their contribution, for real insight.
And this focus on the audience naturally leads to relevance, right? You mentioned that, the F word.
The F word of spontaneous speaking, focus. Specifically focus on relevance. Research is crystal clear on this. If you make something relevant to people, directly connected to them, they pay attention, they process it deeply, they remember it.
And if it's not relevant?
It's just noise, processed peripherally, if at all, quickly forgotten.
But don't speakers usually assume their stuff is relevant?
That's the trap. They assume the audience will connect the dots. You'll figure out why this matters to you eventually, but that's lazy and ineffective. You have to explicitly point it out.
Spell it out. Don't make them work for it.
Exactly. Instead of, our software has AI, say, our software's AI saves you 2 hours a week. Make the so what crystal clear for them.
Which brings us back to that great quote.
Matt's mom's favorite. Tell me the time, don't build me the clock.
Ah, yes. So many people are clock builders.
We are. We want to show all our work, the whole journey of discovery, maybe out of thoroughness, maybe insecurity, but often people just need the time, the bottom line, the concise, focused answer to their immediate question or need, especially when time is tight.
Get to the point, make it relevant. Got it.
Exactly.
That clock analogy is so useful. And this audience focus, this relevance thing, it's critical for those really tough conversations, isn't it? Like giving feedback, that's a minefield for so many people, especially leaders.
Oh, huge. Consistently ranked as one of the hardest communication tasks. People avoid it or do it badly, and nothing changes.
So what's Matt's advice for doing it better?
Okay, several key things. First, feedback can't just be a once-a-year thing or only happen when something goes wrong. It needs to be part of the ongoing culture, the relationship, built on trust, regular check-ins, positive and constructive.
Makes sense. Consistency builds safety.
Right. Second, clarity and measurability.
Yeah.
You have to be super clear about what behavior you're talking about and what you want to see instead. And ideally, make it measurable.
So not just be less assertive. That's useless.
Totally useless. What does that mean? How do they know if they're doing it? But try speaking last in meetings to give others space first. That's clear, actionable, observable.
Okay. Specificity is key.
Absolutely. Define the what and the now what clearly. And third, maybe the most crucial part, before you even give the feedback, pause and try to understand their motivation. Why did they act that way? Or not act?
Like that story he told about his kids.
Yes. The shattered plate story. So powerful. He hears a crash, runs out, sees his older son on the counter, broken plate everywhere. His instinct, yell, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, typical parent reaction.
But then his son, crying, explains he was just trying to get a plate for his hungry little brother because they didn't want to bother dad who was working.
Oh, wow. Good intentions, bad execution.
Exactly. And Matt said he felt like a total jerk. He still needed to talk about safety, sure, but how he delivered that feedback would have been completely different if he'd understood the positive intent first, empathy first.
That really hits home. It's not just work, it's personal life too. How many times do we jump into problem-solving mode with, say, our kids or spouse when they just need support?
All the time. My daughter has literally called me out, "Dad, you're so task-oriented," because I immediately start suggesting solutions when she just wants me to listen. Say, "That sucks," or "I hear you," not give her a 5-point plan.
Been there. So what's the fix?
What I've learned to do, and it's hard, is just ask directly. "Hey, I'm here to support you," and just listen. Or, if you want, I can help brainstorm solutions. What do you need right now?
Putting the ball in their court.
Yeah. Sometimes they want solutions, sometimes just listening. It respects their need in that moment, even if my instinct is still to fix it. How do you handle that? Can you make that shift?
It's definitely something to think about. Asking that question is powerful. Okay, so shifting gears slightly. What about those really oppositional conversations? Not just feedback, but someone actively pushing back hard, a co-investor, a partner, maybe even a family argument.
Right, when it feels truly adversarial. This is where things can really escalate or shut down. The first thing, absolutely critical, slow down. Listen, Matt uses a framework from his colleague Colin Stobbs. Pace, space, grace.
Pace, space, grace.
Pace.
Dude.
Literally slow down. Resist that fight or flight urge to react instantly, defensively.
Yeah.
Take a breath. Count to 3. Avoid the frenzy.
Okay, slow the pace.
Space. Give yourself mental room. Think about why they're pushing back. What's their underlying concern? What's their motivation? Is it fear? A past bad experience? Get curious, not defensive.
Create mental space for understanding.
And grace. Listen to your intuition. Be present without judgment of them or yourself. Maintain composure. Stay open.
Pace, space, grace. I like that. Then what? Techniques.
Yes. Once you've created that inner calm, use paraphrasing. Restate their point in your own words.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm hearing you right, your main worry is about the budget impact.
Confirming understanding, not agreeing.
Exactly. It validates them, makes them feel heard, which diffuses tension immediately, and that lets them correct you if you misunderstood, prevents arguing about the wrong thing.
Right. What else?
Follow-up questions. Dig deeper. Don't just react to the surface statement. Ask why. Matt shared that great story from Adam Tobin, the screenwriter.
Oh, yeah, the science fiction pitch.
Right. Someone asks skeptically, "Why isn't this science fiction?" Adam's first thought is defensive, right? It's obviously not. But he uses pace, space, grace, and asks, "Interesting question. Tell me more. Why do you ask about sci-fi?"
And the answer was gold, wasn't it?
Pure gold. The person said, basically, my boss, who you pitch next, hates sci-fi because he got burned on some bad projects. Suddenly, that oppositional question is a gift. It reveals a hidden landmine.
Allowing Adam to reframe his next pitch to address that specific fear. Wow.
Exactly. So challenging questions approached with curiosity in these techniques aren't attacks. They're often invaluable insights, gifts that help you connect and persuade.
Gifts, not attacks. That's a powerful reframe. Okay, so to pull all this off, managing anxiety, focusing outward, handling opposition gracefully, Matt says something that sounds like a contradiction. You need to prepare to be spontaneous.
Yes. Another one of those brilliant paradoxes. Prepare to be spontaneous. It's not about scripting, which sounds robotic. It's about being ready.
Like anticipating questions. I learned that for board meetings. Playing devil's advocate with the team beforehand. What are the toughest questions they could ask is so valuable.
Invaluable. You know your stuff. Now deliberately try to poke holes in it from an outsider's perspective. What are the objections? The risks? The tricky history? Thinking through those before you're on the spot is huge.
So you're not scripting answers, but you've thought through the concepts.
Exactly. And Matt points out generative AI is amazing for this now. Ask it for likely interview questions for a specific role and company, or common investor concerns for your type of startup.
Good tip. Use AI as a sparring partner.
Totally. And then you practice. Not memorize, not rehearse till it's dead, but practice articulating your answers. Build fluency, confidence. Get comfortable with the ideas so they flow naturally when needed. It's like mapping the terrain before you hike it.
Right. Familiarity breeds fluency. Okay, but here's the really mind-bending part for me. Spontaneous communication can have structure. Those words just seem to clash.
It sounds weird, but it's absolutely foundational. All good communication, planned or spontaneous, needs a goal, especially when stakes are high. Ask yourself quickly, what do I want them to know? Feel. Do. That gives you direction.
Okay, have a goal. But structure.
Structure is just the roadmap to reach that goal effectively. Our brains love structure. They hate random bullet points. Bullets kill, Matt says, because there's no connection. Brains want a beginning, middle, end. A logical flow.
So structures aren't rigid scripts.
Not at all. Think flexible roadmaps. They guide you from A to B, keep you oriented, but allow for detours. In the moment, when you're put on the spot, having a mental structure solves two huge problems.
Right.
What to say and how to say it coherently. It's a scaffold for your thoughts. Reduces panic, boosts clarity.
Okay, scaffolds. What are some common ones?
A super versatile one is problem, solution, benefit. Start with the problem or challenge your audience faces, then offer your idea or product as the solution. Then clearly state the benefit for them.
Problem, solution, benefit. Simple. Adaptable too, right? Like opportunity, solution, benefit.
Exactly. If things aren't broken, but could be better, like our current process, problem opportunity is slow. My automation idea, solution, will free up 5 hours a week for your team, benefit.
Nice. What else? You mentioned one for pitches.
Ah, the 4-sentence pitch. Great for concise moments. Just 4-sentence starters you complete. What if you could? So that, for example. And that's not all.
Okay, let's try that sorghum example from the source. Feature phones, Africa. First part. What if you could?
What if you could check real-time sorghum prices in rural Africa on a basic phone, no internet needed, so that small farmers wouldn't get ripped off by middlemen anymore?
For example.
For example, our pilot showed farmers earn 20% more profit just by knowing the fair price.
And that's not all.
And that's not all. They can now use the platform to team up and buy seeds cheaper, too.
Boom! See? We just did that spontaneously, but the structure made it clear, concise, compelling. It works.
It really does. And that clarity, that structure, leads to another huge benefit. Repeatability.
Repeatability.
Yeah. Your goal isn't just to deliver your message once. It's often to equip others with our message to go do work on our behalf.
Ah, like the VC pitching you to their partners.
Exactly. Or the interviewer selling you to the hiring committee. They need to be able to remember and accurately repeat your key points, your value proposition.
So structure makes your message portable, shareable.
Perfectly put. It turns your audience into ambassadors. They can carry your message forward effectively because you gave it to them in a simple, memorable package. It amplifies your impact way beyond that one conversation.
That makes so much sense. Packaging your message for others. Okay, but let's be real. A lot of people still feel like, some folks just have it, the gift of gab, and others just don't. Like it's baked in.
That's such a common and honestly such a limiting belief. Matt really pushes back hard on this, and it's genuinely empowering. Communication is a skill, like playing guitar or learning French.
Not just innate talent.
Not at all. Some might start with certain advantages, sure, but everyone can get better. Everyone. Whether you're introverted, extroverted, experienced, novice, it just takes practice. Deliberate practice.
So there's hope for all of us.
More than hope, there's agency. You can improve how you handle being called on unexpectedly or giving that toast or fixing a mistake on the fly. It takes work, but good things happen when you develop these skills, personally, professionally.
Okay, so practice is key. And this is where Matt's book gets super practical, right? It's full of exercises.
Totally. It's designed for doing, not just reading. Like you said, dog-eared pages, notes in the margins. It's a toolkit.
So give us an example. What's an exercise someone listening right now could try?
Okay, a really powerful one is the what, so what, now what framework. Brilliant for distilling anything quickly.
What, so what, no, what? Okay,
What? The core idea, the fact, the event. Just state it simply. So what? Why does it matter? What's the relevance or implication, especially for your audience? Why should they care? Now, what? What's next? The action, the takeaway, the next step. What should happen now?
Okay, sounds simple. How do you practice it?
After anything. Listen to this deep dive, read an article, finish a meeting, even just have a chat. Pause for a sec and mentally run through it. What was the core point? So why does it matter? Now, what should I or we do?
So you could pause this right now and try it on something we just discussed.
Absolutely. Take the strive for mediocrity idea. What? Matt advises striving for mediocrity. So what? Because perfectionism eats cognitive bandwidth needed for performance. Now what? I should try focusing on connection over perfection in my next presentation. Boom.
Nice. And you can use it for emails too.
Totally. Subject line is often the now what. Body is the what and so what. Great for feedback too. What I observed, what, why it matters, so what I'd like you to do, now what. Trains your brain for clarity and relevance.
Very versatile. What's another exercise? You mentioned conciseness.
Yes, the cutting content in half exercise.
Yeah.
Speaks right to tell the time. Don't build the clock.
Okay, sounds challenging.
It is. But simple. Take something you just wrote an email, a report section, even a text or something you just said. Now, force yourself to cut it by 50% without losing the essential message.
Oof, that requires real prioritizing.
Exactly. Matt admits he does this constantly, even with texts, because he knows he can be wordy. His wife helps keep him in check with their kids. Matt, minimal words. They tuned out ages ago.
Huh. Relatable. So even the experts work on it.
Constantly. This exercise builds that mental muscle for brevity. Identify the absolute core, cut the fluff. So when you're put on the spot with limited time, you naturally gravitate towards being concise and impactful. Maximum message, minimum words, hashtag tag outro. So wrapping things up from this deep dive, it really boils down to a few core ideas, doesn't it? First, understanding and managing that anxiety with your personal AMP, turning down the volume on the ABC.
Right, getting control.
Second, that huge shift to focusing on your audience.
Hmm.
Being other-centric makes you more effective and less anxious. It's a win-win.
Connection over perfection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Third, using structure, those flexible roadmaps, even for spontaneous moments. It gives you clarity, confidence, and makes your message repeatable.
So others can carry it forward.
Precisely. And finally, remembering this is all a skill. It's not magic. It's something you, everyone listening, can absolutely get better at with practice.
So what does this all mean for you listening? It means you have agency. You really do. You have control over those unexpected moments that used to feel terrifying. You've got a toolkit now.
You can turn them from moments of dread into really moments of opportunity for
Yeah.
connection, for impact.
Yeah.
So here's a final thought, maybe a little challenge for you. Think about just one unplanned conversation you expect to have tomorrow. Could be small, with a colleague, a friend, family. And pick just one technique we talked about today. Just one. Maybe it's holding something cold. Maybe it's asking support or problem solve. Maybe it's paraphrasing before you respond. Try it consciously.
Just one small experiment.
Exactly. And just notice. Notice how it feels for you. And notice if it changes the dynamic, even slightly, for the other person too.
That's a great practical takeaway. Embrace these moments not as threats, but as chances to connect, to influence, maybe even just to listen better. You really can handle them. You've got this.